There we are. Lovely. I've got my poem ready. Sorry, Chris. Oh, there we are. So you've got some snacks there, and you've got some water as well. So at the weekend there was a film on the TV. Mum and Dad were watching it, and I don't know, I think you were watching some of it, maybe not all of it, but that gave me the idea of a poem for us to look at together, because the film was about Nelson Mandela, and the poem, Nelson Mandela, and the poem was one that he used to recite when he was a prisoner on Robbin Island. So, let's just for practice, we'll see how your pointing is today, because I know that we've been having some challenges lately because we've had so many seizures and it has affected things, so we can just practice, get warmed up and see how you're doing. So just for practice, this poem was recited by Nelson, what was his second name? Nelson M, very nice. A, very good. N, that's good, that's nice and clear. D, that was it. E, and after the E, Nelson Mandela. M, A, N, D, E. After the E, come on, we're just going to get warmed up. And L, good. A, Nelson Mandela, yes. And when we say recite, if someone recites a poem, what do we mean? Do they just read it to themselves, or does it mean something else? S, come on. A, nice, nicely done. They S, A, come on, keep it going. Y, they say. I, they say it, good. They say it. L, okay. O, come on. U, and after the U, D, and after the D, they say it loud. Go on. L and O, Y, they say it loudly. Okay. They, so recite, you think is they say it loudly. Okay. Well, they might say it loudly, maybe they might say it out loud would be a better description, because it might not be something that you really say loudly. You might just recite it, even almost whispering it to yourself. So it doesn't have to be loud, but it is something that you say to yourself, or maybe to others as well. So Nelson Mandela used to recite this poem when he was a prisoner on Robbin Island, and the poem is called Invictus. I-N-V-I-C-T-U-S. We're just going to practice that word. Invictus. I-N-V. This is really nice. I C, invic. Go on. Invictus. T and U and S. Lovely. Invictus. And that's a Latin word. We've been doing lots of Latin, and we know that Latin words often have an English word that maybe we use even today that is derived from that word. So I'm going to give you a clue. Let me just say the word that could be derived from that, I think, would begin with in, vin. So I think it would begin with in, vin. Let's just practice that. Try using this finger, it's a bit clearer when you use that index finger. I, N, in. Now vin, V-I-N. Let's get you warmed up, touch the V. In, V, I, N. Now then, in, vin. What could the word be? In, vin. See, that would be good. Yeah, I think you know it. I'm sure you do. Invince. Come on. Invince. I. Good. B. Very nice. L and all the way up for the E. Invincible. Well done. That was a good guess. Invincible. I thought you'd know what that word was. So Invictus, Latin word, means invincible. What does invincible mean? What does invincible mean to you? Invincible means U-N-D-E, very nice, F-E-A, lovely. This is very good. S or T? Undefeated. I think you need the T. Move one over. T, E, and D. Undefeated. Yes. Undefeated. Right, so just from the title of this poem, Invictus, meaning invincible or undefeated, do you think that this is going to be a depressing poem, or do you think that it's going to be an uplifting or inspiring poem? What do you think? U-P-L-I, very good. F-T-I-N, and the uplifting. I think so as well. Uplifting poem. And it's always good to look at an uplifting poem. I just thought I'd give you a little bit of background about the author of the poem. His name was William Henley, Henley, and he was an English poet. Let me see, when did he write it? He wrote it in 1875. And what's interesting was that William Henley suffered from a disease called tuberculosis. Oh God, I can't even remember how to spell it, never mind. But basically it meant that he'd had to have one of his legs amputated, and he was nearly going to have the other leg amputated. So he really needed to write something that was uplifting. So just for practice, his name was William, not the N, go for the H first. H-E-N-L-E, and that was very nice. His name was William Henley. Let's get started on the poem, because you're probably itching, anxious to hear it. Here we are. Sit down. Oh, drank all of that already, goodness me. Okay, we'll do the first. Well, do you know what? I might read it to you first and you can just follow it. We'll read the whole thing and then we'll look at each stanza. Okay, so the first stanza is, you follow the words. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Last one. Listen. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Okay. So. Let's take the one stanza at a time, one verse at a time. So we'll start this one again. Just the first verse. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Right, so that first stanza, out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole. So the night is likened to what? What would the night be likened to in this stanza? A R A L E R A L. Go on, carry on. I'll see if I can work it out. So you did R A L E L. Okay, keep it going. It's all right. I'll work it out. Okay, I think you meant really. A. You did R E L A, and then you did L again Y. I just think you got a bit mixed up. So I think it was a really. Did you want the word really? Yes or no? Yes. Good. All right. I know it's a bit tricky today, but you know what? We're going to just do the best we can. So he's likening the night out of the night that covers me. Right. So the night is covering him. So the night is like a really what? T H I C. That's good. A really thick, oh yes, a really thick S H E E T. Oh yes, it's like a really, that's very good. Like a really thick sheet that covers you over. It's like when you're in bed and you pull the duvet over your head. It makes it pitch black, so the night is like this duvet completely covering your head, and it feels black as a pit from pole to pole. And then he says, so everything feels dark, darkness. And then he says, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Anything to say about that? I T it D, O, E, S, it does, N, okay, keep it going, N, after the N, it does, touch the N again, just get going, N, write that one down, it does, and then you did an N. Would you like to try with the pencil? That might be easier today. It does, touch the N again if you wanted it, N, go on, push, lift your elbow up a bit, let's get your angle a bit better, it does N, it looks like the T, go on then, push for the T if you wanted it, if you want doesn't, because X wouldn't make sense, would it? Does, doesn't, good, it doesn't, or it does not. Okay, well I'll go with this just to see if it makes it a bit easier for you. Doesn't, M, A, okay, M-A, keep it going, go on, M-A, oh don't be using the pencil, M-A, T would make sense, good, M-A, T, I'll take a double T if you want, E, and after the E, R, doesn't matter, doesn't matter, doesn't, I'm going to write that down, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to finish this off for you because I don't want to get you too tired. I think you're saying it doesn't matter, you know, whether you believe in a god or which gods that you might believe in or not. It really doesn't matter. He's just thanking whatever might be out there for my unconquerable soul. Okay. Right then. Let's just do the next bit. We'll read the next stanza together. I don't want to get you too tired. Go on then. Ready? You just follow. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unbound. So when it says in the fell clutch, in the fell clutch, when you clutch something, what do you use? You clutch with your H, A, good, N and D, yeah, you clutch with your hand. So it's like a fist. Have a go at making a fist like that. In the fell clutch there. So there's like a fist that is holding you really tightly. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced or cried aloud. So imagine something really gripping you tightly like that. But even though it's tight and it's hurting, I'm not going to show any pain. And then under the bludgeonings of chance, if you are bludgeoned, what would that mean? Give me a simpler word for being bludgeoned. Ooh, leave that plaster on. Simpler word for being bludgeoned would be being... That's just an impulse, we're doing fine. A word for bludgeoned would be... A simple word would be... H. try that word? It's such a short word. I think you might be able to. And when we did some things the other day, your handwriting was so good. I was so impressed. Let's have a go. Just going to do the word hit, just for something different. So first of all, let's just motor model it. We go down and around, down and around. Now you're going to do it really neatly. You're going to go down, oh, and around. There's the H, that's a very good line. Now the I is very easy because that's a straight line. Just a straight line and then a dot. Straight line and a little dot on the top. So we're going to start here, straight line down, that's it, and a dot on the top. Just do a little dot there. H, I, and then T, we've got another straight line all the way down. That's it, look at that, perfect. And then we need an across, so it will be across like that. It will be across like that. We must stop as well, so we're going to start off and across. Hit, very nicely done. Okay, so under the bludgeonings of chance, so something is hitting you so hard, it's making you bleed. But even though it's making you bleed, your head is unbowed. Unbowed. Sit down, darling. Unbowed meaning H-E-L, held, U-P, held up, H, very nice, after the H, I, doing so well, G and H, yeah, meaning held up high. So even though you're being beaten and bloodied, you're still holding your head up high. You're not being beaten. Okay? Let's look at the next stanza. We're not going into too much detail here. We'll just... There. So here we go. Let's just follow with your finger. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Could you touch the word horror? Where's the word horror? Very good. Where's the word unafraid? Very good. What about place? Very good. I like that. You did so well. I'm going to underline all those words that you found. That was really good. So this is quite a dark sort of verse, isn't it, really? Okay. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. Have you any idea what he's talking about here? If you haven't, it's fine. You know, I can give you a guess, but I just wondered, have you any idea what he's talking about? D, E, A, T, H, yes, I think you're right, death. D, E, A, T, H. Yes, all that is beyond this awful place that he's in at the moment looms but the horror of the shade, meaning looms death. That's all there is. So that is really quite dark, isn't it? And then he says, yet the menace of these years finds and shall still find me unafraid. Any comment? Any comment? H, he, I, S is N, O, T, he's not. A, this is good. F, R, very nice. A, F, R, after the R. Touch the R again. Touch the R, go on. A, F, go on, touch the R. R, and A, and I, and D, he's not afraid. E, and go on. He's not afraid. Where? Yeah, you've done the E. E. You hold the board up a bit higher. E. B. E. Even. O. Very nice. Go on. After the O. O, F. He's not afraid even of. Go on. He's not afraid even of the. Even of. D. E. A. Very nice. T. And H. Very good. He is not afraid even of death. Very nice. That was good. So, the last stanza. Let's just look at it together. The last stanza. Here we are. Finger. That if you want. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Oh, okay. Have a little drink, then bring your body. It's all right. It's past. Tell yourself that's past. I don't need to do that. It's past again. Okay, so. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. So what about those two lines there? Any comment? I'll just tell you, sometimes this old English is a little bit tricky, isn't it? When he says how straight the gate, he's talking about a narrow gate. So it doesn't matter how narrow the gate is or how charged with punishments the scroll. What does that mean? H-O-W, how, M-A-N-Y, how many? How many? P, U, go on. P, U, great, it'll be punished, go on, P, U, touch the N. N, I, we'll just practice in, S, H, and that will be M, E, and then it will be N, N, and then it will be T, and then S. How many punishments? How many this is good translation. How charged with punishments the scroll means how many punishments? I just translated. How many punishments? A, R, are, yes. How many punishments are, go on. W, R, I, T, T, E, N. How many punishments are written? D, very nice. O, and how many punishments are written? It must be W, D, O. Go for the W. Push, push for the W. W and N. Yeah. How many punishments are written down? There might be a big long list of all these punishments. It doesn't matter how narrow the gate, how many punishments there are written down. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So when he's describing himself as the captain, what does that sort of convey to you? A bit like the book that we've just been reading with Captain Nemo, and he is the C-A-P-T-A-I-N, the captain of, captain of, come on, S, okay, take that, S, there, that'll be easier, go on, H, and after the H, I and P, yeah, well, I'll take that as you just missed out the word there. So he's the captain of the ship, a bit like a captain of a ship, you're captain of your soul. Is there any sort of summary that you could give me about that poem? Any summary that you could give me based on that last stanza? What do you think? Matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishments the soul. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Go on. Can you say? W. So the message to you is, or a summary is, what are you taking from this poem? W. Just a bit lower for you if you need. W. Well. E. We. A. Go on. Stand if you need to for a minute. I'll write that down. So we'll just do the quick message that you're taking from this poem is we. If you sit down, it just makes it a bit more stable there. We makes your pointing a bit more accurate. Lift your elbow. We see. Oh, good. A. And we can see. O. N. T. C-O-N-T. C-O-N-T. What is that? One hand at a time. Oh, go on. Oh, yeah, you're doing well. We can control. We can control. Go on. O. U. R. M. Very good. Go on, keep it going. After the M would be what? We can control our M. Here, I'll write it down. We can control our M. This is really good. We're just going to finish it. Just going to finish it. Our M, I, N. I like it. D. We can control our minds. A. Go on. Go on. I like it. A, N, D, and T. This is good. H, I, N, K, and think. This is good. We can control our minds and think. Go on. We'll just finish this sentence. Just this sentence. And think. Just leave that elbow there. P. Where? Is that O? O. O. S. P-O-S. You're doing so well, Chris. I'm so proud of you. P-O-S. I. T. I. B. E. L. Y. Positively. Go on. We can control our minds and think positively. I. N. In. A. N. After the N. In an. Go on. Go on. I-N. Oh, any. A-M-Y. In any. S. This is really good. I. T. You're in really well. After the T. Next letter. Just tell yourself next letter, next letter, next letter, next letter. After the T. U. A. T. Go on, next letter. After the T. Go on. I. Next letter. O. N. We can control our minds and think positively in any situation. Yes, people can do things to you physically, they can hurt you, things can happen to you, but no one can control your mind apart from you. I think that's brilliant. And even when times are tough and challenging, your mind can help you to win through by thinking positively. It's interesting, isn't it, that you know what, sometimes just thinking positively is hard, and something that can help you to think positively is having like an affirmation or something to think about. So Nelson Mandela stayed positive by having this poem to read and to recite over and over. And sometimes the more you recite things and the more you read them over and over, it kind of strengthens your resolve and strengthens your beliefs. If you tell yourself, I can do this, I can overcome this, the more you say it, the more you believe it, the more you're able to. Would you agree with that? A. G. R. E. E. Agree. I. S. I. S. After the S. Go on, after the S. Agree. I. S. S. Use the pencil. Come on. Just like to know. Thinking. I. S. say T H Go on, after the H. Next letter. I say T-H. Go on. Lift your elbow. I. Go on. N. G. S. I say things. Go on. T and O and 2 and M and go on. I say things, right? So you put agree. Agree. I say things to go on. Go up to the M. Lift your elbow. Go on, lift your arm. M. Do the M again. Say things to M. Y. S. E. Oh, that was a bit of a swipe. Touch the E again. E. L. I say things to myself. Agree. I say things to myself. Come on then. T. H. A. T. That. That. Go on. I say things to myself. That. Go on. Agree. I say things to myself that. Try using the finger quickly. Just finish the sentence. I'll standing up just to get myself in a good position. I say things to myself that. Finish it off. N. A. To the A. A. Oh. Bad position. M. A. After the A. Touch the A again. Go on. A. K. And that make. I say things to myself that make. Go on. M. After the M. To the M. MN wouldn't make sense. MN. M. Make me. Good. Go on. After the E. Tell yourself next letter. Make me. E. F. Go on. E. E. Make me feel. That make me feel. Come on. Right, have a drink. Give you some energy. That make me feel. Go on. Where are we going for? P. O. S. I like it. After the I, T would make sense. I, V, and E that make me feel positive. That is very important. It's a very good thing to do. Do you know what? You really helped me as well, because one of the things that you said quite a long time ago, I look at very frequently. And that was, do you remember that painting of the waves and the surfer riding the waves? And you said, write it down again, each person, each day needs to ride the wave of life. So when things are tough for me, I always read that and I think, okay, I'm just riding the wave. Okay, that was very good. Well done, Chris, because I know it was a bit hard for you. But we just practice and we keep going, and the more we do it, the better you'll get.